My name is Max Kotin. I'm in charge of communications at Dogger Brands. And today I'm going to talk about a quite boring topic, which is building corporate websites. But I'll try to make it fun and worthwhile because it's not as straightforward as you might think. My story began in about half a year ago when we already had a company website, obviously. And we had some ideas how we would be developing it, but all this went downhill with a thing known as the F factor. And lots of people in the company know what the F factor is, but for the sake of the others, I will explain it. The F factor manifests itself when Fyodor Ovchinnikov, the founder, suddenly gets involved in a certain project and starts challenging the assumptions and the strategy and the roadmap of this project, and it often leads to momentous changes and total rethinking of the entire thing. And it can be very, I know it can be very frustrating and hard and challenging, but in the end, usually it leads to positive change, and that's exactly what happened with our company website when we talked about it with Fyodor. His idea was that it was good enough, but in our situation, good enough actually wasn't enough. And it's quite simple to explain because in Russia, yes, we are a champion in the market, but globally, we are still an underdog. Yes, we have hundreds of locations, but our competitors have tens of thousands of locations, and we come from a country that has never produced a consumer company, a global consumer company. And we aim to do just that, be the first one to achieve such a goal. And yeah, this is challenging, and we have to try 10 times harder than the rest of the world. We have to do much more than American companies do, that the UK, the British companies or French companies. And that's why we need to find answers to very tricky questions. For example, if you are a prospective master franchisee in Singapore, how can we convince this prospective partner that we are a worthy brand for this entrepreneur, and they cannot visit us, they cannot feel the brand, and the website is the first point of contact for these prospective partners. And another example is we are growing in the UK, as you know. We are building corporate stores there, and we will be competing for the talent there. And obviously, our prospective team members will be checking out the history of the brand on the website, and we have to impress them from the get-go. And also, you know that in 2024 we are aiming for an IPO, and to make it successful, obviously we need positive brand awareness around the world. And to achieve such goals, we have to completely rethink our approach to our company website and to make it absolute best, to stand out. And we decided, as a result of all these talks and conversations, we decided that there should be no limits to what we can aim for and what we can achieve. And so we started reworking from the ground up everything. And this was very interesting work we began. And the inspiration from the get-go, we decided that we will be looking for inspiration outside of the food service industry, because our industry is quite conservative, and we couldn't find that much inspiration there. And so we decided to reach beyond it and to look to study, use as benchmarks design-driven corporations, cool startups, and trendy media outlets. And that was very, very helpful for us. Also, we started rethinking the team, and we brought we needed fresh blood, and we brought in Rina Deshalit. You probably don't know her, but you know her work. She was the driving force behind the Dodo book, which was printed more than 1 million copies. This is our corporate book, you know it well. And we also realized that we need to rethink our approach to how we make pictures of our shops, of our design, interiors, facades, and we need to like double down on this. And we were lucky to found Oleg Tserbaev, who had like vast experience, worked with fancy and lifestyle magazines, and he helped us completely rethink our approach to this very important area, because sometimes it just when you try to make a photo of interior, there are so many details that they get in your way, and you feel the feeling you get from looking at the photo is exactly absolutely different from what you feel when you experience the brand yourself. And so you see the first results of our work. Every picture, it's like a day or two of shooting, and it may seem like easy and simple, but believe me, it's not. It's a very complicated process, and we've made just the first step here, but I'm really excited that we've successfully done this. And yeah, that's what we've done. And also everyone who is involved in who knows a bit about design knows that choosing like fonts is like the essential step, because fonts is the foundation of every design. Luckily, we have no constraints in terms of Dodo brand, because it's a fresh corporate brand, and there are like lots of possibilities. We were lucky to be able to use the whole library of Type Today to find our font. Type Today, it's like one of the most advanced and trendy communities of font designers, and we used them and tried different fonts from this very trendy organization, I would say. And yeah, then we like made dozens of versions. This is our Figma board, which is after we deleted like half of what we've done, half of the discarded projects. And here it is, our brand new website. You can see it on your screen. Yeah, better to experience it firsthand. So you can just like go to dodobrands.io and see it. But to get you the feeling how it looks, yeah, this is a short video I've made. There are like a few things that I want to highlight. For example, a few details I personally like. For example, this font we have chosen. It's called Factor A, and it has like an interesting side, because some of the characters in this font can be changed and make like fancier than they are. Yeah, let me do this again. Oops. And here they are. Yeah, this makes this font even more interesting, though it's very powerful and energetic to begin with. And also we realized that we need to show our tech better. And on the front page, we started showing our interfaces. Right now it's consumer-facing interfaces, but we will be adding like back-of-house solutions as well. Also, we are a food service company, and we decided that we need to show our food and how good it is, because we know from interviews with prospective master franchisees, for example, that it's the first question they ask if our product is good, is amazing, if people love it. It's very important. So we are showing our best products, and on top of it, we added a live counter. That we integrate with Dodo.is, our internal tech platform, and we show the live counter of how many like cups of coffee or pizzas of this kind have been sold this week or this day, and it's the counter is live. So it means that when somebody buys a new cup of coffee, the counter goes up like in front of your eyes. It's really cool. So we are killing two birds with one stone here. We showing our food, we showing our products, and the same we promote our system. And of course, big part of our brand in terms of in the B2B market is that we are totally open with our sales, and we rethought our approach here. We put a lot of emphasis in the design on our sales ranking, and also we tailored it to meet the demands of our audience, global audience, for example, because you can see here that you can choose Europe, or we see our European stores here. It's more relevant for our international audience, because sometimes they don't get that excited about like our top performing units in Siberia. It's more interesting for them to see how we perform in Europe. And so, a funny thing, sometimes doing something better is not about like adding stuff, but it's about cutting off stuff, getting rid of something that's irrelevant, doesn't work. For example, this is the front page and our key numbers, and we used to have week dynamics here, but we decided that these numbers don't tell you anything, because there is always fluctuations week by week. Sometimes numbers go up, sometimes go down. It doesn't tell you anything. So we just got rid of it, and instead we focus the attention of our user on the most important metric, which is year-over-year growth. And yeah, that's about it in terms of what you can find on the website. One important insight: the site you can now experience is far from being perfect. Actually, we could easily spend another 3 months polishing the interface. There are lots of things I don't like, I want to improve and change. But for me, in this project, the main insight was that finding this right balance between like holding and not releasing your thing, because you want to release all the things at once to make the impression, because you only have one chance to make the first impression right. And so it's a kind of opposite of the agile approach. Sometimes you need it, and on the other hand, at some point you have to feel the moment when you need to like release it, face the market, and see how it performs, and improve it then on the go. And a couple of weeks ago, I realized that we can polish the interface for eternity, and we should like face the consequences of our work and release it, and see what happens. That's why I'm presenting it today. Obviously, we already have a huge roadmap in front of us. We are already working on master franchising landing, or we are rethinking our investor relations page. We are developing a portfolio of absolutely killer newsletters, and there will be even some innovative features like subscription to metrics. Basically, you choose a unit you are interested in, and you will be getting every Monday updates with these units weekly metrics. And also we are thinking about adding AI-based analytics. Basically, a bot will be analyzing our data and producing reports based on this data. So it's very exciting. I can't wait to see your impressions and to hear your feedback. If you have any, reach out to me at m.kotin@dottabrands.io. I will answer all your questions and emails. And one of the before we proceed to the next part of this meeting, I just want to say that the greatest learning for me was that I realized at some point that it should have been me pushing for the change. It should have been me who had to be like challenging the status quo. We are like 500 people in the company. We can't rely on the F factor. And so you have to be the M factor, the K factor, the O factor, whatever your name is, for yourself, because it's on us to push ourselves and to try to reach further and to be bold and aggressive in our goals. So yeah, I encourage you to do just that, because we must do better, we should do better, and also, yeah, we can do better. And on top of all this, it's just more fun doing things that you haven't done before. So have an amazing week, and we are switching to our weekly video. See you.
Друзья, всем привет! Меня зовут Владимир Горецкий. Я один из первых франчайзи компании Dodo Pizza в России. Сейчас в моей сети 22 пиццерии. И вот недавно открылась новая 23-я пиццерия в столице Польши, в Варшаве.
Когда мы достроили кухню, и я на нее зашла, я не могла в это поверить. Потому что вокруг меня были реальные стены, реальное оборудование, реальные полки. Я просто 3 дня, наверное, привыкала к мысли того, что наконец-то мы смогли это построить. Примерно такое ощущение было, когда мы достроили зал, потому что пиццерия получилась невероятная, она очень красивая и очень уютная.
Всем привет, меня зовут Станислав, фамилия моя Киричук. Я являюсь руководителем смены в первой пиццерии Dodo Pizza в Варшаве. И приглашаю вас на короткую экскурсию. Пойдемте, оператор Н. Это зона доставщиков. Вы видите, здесь стоят у нас термосумки, которые доставляют продукты нашим клиентам. Напитки, холодные напитки, не обращайте внимания на шарики, мы их раздаем. Как вы видите, с зоны доставки мы можем перейти в зону кухни. Здесь у нас зона менеджера. Пойдемте покажу, как все устроено. Главный компьютер менеджера, в котором мы можем следить в реальном времени статус наших заказов. Рядом находится колл-центр, цех приготовления теста. В принципе, мы вынуждены делать тесто самостоятельно, вручную, так сказать. Данная машина, это тестомес профессиональный, помогает нам приготавливать тесто, а данная машина помогает нам приготавливать шарики из теста. Это напоминание, чтобы наши сотрудники ускорились. У нас открытая кухня, как вы видите. Мы можем заметить зал. Соответственно, мы видим наших гостей, гости видят нас. Нам нечего скрывать, а мы попадаем в кассовую зону. Сразу рядом с кассирами находится кофемашина, которая готовит изумительный кофе. Здесь находится горячая витрина. Дальше мы с вами переходим на линию упаковки. Все сделано максимально компактным образом, чтобы ускорить процесс. Это была короткая экскурсия по первой Dodo Pizza в Польше. Надеюсь, у вас получится приехать к нам в Варшаву и попробовать нашу пиццу.
Рынок немножко испорчен сетевыми конкурентами, потому что все дают очень большие скидки и вообще работают на скидках. Мы же для себя выбрали стратегию работать на качестве, на меню, на вкусе и прежде всего продвигать не скидки, выходить прежде всего с предложением комбо.
Бренды здесь не готовы коммуницировать с клиентом, не готовы быть дружелюбными. Мы хотим показать не только сервис и качество, мы хотим показать свою человечность, свою дружелюбность и постараемся сделать это на этом рынке.
Люди хотят с нами разговаривать, несмотря на наши ошибки. Самое классное это когда, конечно, мы пробуем закрыть нашу ошибку. Удивительно то, что клиенты тогда становятся еще более довольны нашим сервисом, нашим продуктом и даже нас начинают рекомендовать.
Для того, чтобы стать лидером на этом рынке, нам нужно открыть 168 пиццерий. А для того, чтобы обогнать лидера этого рынка, компанию Pizza Hut, мы верим, что это возможно и считаем, что мы можем дать рынку то, что не могут дать наши конкуренты. Хороший сервис, стабильное качество продукта, которое мы умеем делать, и супер скорость.
Для быстрого роста в нашу стратегию мы вписали два формата пиццерий. Первый формат — это флагманы, они находятся на трафиковых местах, у них очень большие заметные фасады, и это те пиццерии, которые позволят качать бренд и увеличивая узнаваемость и выручку. Второй формат — это точки, такие пикап-поинты мы их называем, это кухни, в которых есть только 2-3 посадочных места. Они находятся на вторых линиях, они не на трафиковых местах. В симбиозе этих двух форматов мы сможем быстро расти как зоной доставки, так и ростом узнаваемости бренда.
Сам не рискуя, ты рискуешь еще больше. К чему это? Когда мы рассматривали развитие в Польше, мы сначала хотели идти по стандартной схеме, развиваться из малого города, а потом средний, потом только столицы. Но именно тогда я понял, что этот путь может занять очень много времени, и за это время наши конкуренты здесь уйдут далеко-далеко вперед. И поэтому мы выбрали развитие в Варшаве, а малые города и средние города, где меньше риска, мы готовы отдать и отдадим нашим партнерам франчайзи, которые, надеюсь, нас поддержат, и мы сможем таким образом стать лидером на рынке Польши против всех наших конкурентов.
Good morning, dear friends. My name is Rinat, and I'm responsible for international franchise development at the IMF. Last time, my presentation was about the IMF approaches dealing with data. And today, I would like to share with you some principal updates of this project. So Dodo Brands is tech-driven food service franchises, and one of our principles related to data sounds like tally everything and analyze, rely on facts and data while making decisions. So this approach is similar for both types of users, the HQ team and franchisees. Unfortunately, our partners are not capable of using the entire range of different data just from Dodo.s. And this is a core problem we want to fix. So our idea is to let international and domestic franchisees have the ability to use all of the data, compare it with other partners, and improve their business. Generally, we can call this process data democratization, and its benefits are so significant, we want to ensure more people throughout our business have more data and actionable insights than ever before. At the beginning, we thought that open data will exist to share straight best practices with each other. And you know what? It worked. Indeed, one partner started to ask the other one about different metrics and how he has achieved such results. For example, our franchisee in Estonia was surprised on a daily number of app installs in neighbor Lithuania. Or once he decided to launch Pizza with Rocket, then he went through the product data to learn more about its performance in Slovenia. Or our franchisee in Germany went to the partner in Estonia to discuss some operational issues. Or Sergio, our franchisee in Romania, was surprised on a daily number of new customers in Lithuania and the ways how to achieve such results, and many more examples. So all those cases showed us this approach enables our people to make data-driven decisions for an analyst, find answers to key questions for franchisees, have access to the data they need. Also, that takes steps to ensure each market is talking about data and measuring data in the same way, so that key performance indicators are measured and reported consistently. And I think this is the most amazing thing, seeing how this approach drives the entire company to transform a real tech and data-driven venture. So as a result, from the get-go, we realized the necessity to assemble a proprietary analytical platform for international franchisees based on Google Data Studio. So we did that because it was the easiest and fastest way to make an MVP test our hypothesis, and bring value to international franchisees. Since that, we made 3 dashboards for tracking crucial metrics related to product, marketing, and finance. But that was not enough. That was not enough basically because it was difficult to scale this decision amid the entire company. And after that, we shared our idea and approach with the data team and started to think about how we can bring value to the entire company, to other units and countries. And the solution was found. Ultimately, we chose Superset as the central data gathering and analytical tool. In essence, we want to create same analytical platform, but of course with customer and operational metrics, but this time absolutely for all franchisees globally. And aside from it, Superset meets 4 important criteria for us. So one-time expense, which means that you don't have to pay for extra licenses. Safe credentials, which means that you must have Dodo.is account with login and password to sign in. All data is absolutely scalable and available for all markets. And finally, we can accommodate Superset straight into Dodo.is so you can use the same functionality just in our system. Well, I think that sounds awesome. And this point is just our final strategic goal. Now let's have a look at what we can learn from Superset and, as an example, immerse into the IMF financial dashboard. So IMF Finance is comprised of 2 parts. So the first one is about sales, number of orders, like for like, and the second one is about profitability. The first part shows us the overall situation with sales, like for like, and number of orders. Here you can also compare your results with the results of adjacent partners or similar, managing the left-hand filters to see a particular piece of data you want. Here you can choose country, partner, region, store, type of order, currency, time period, and so on. As for like, well, you can track numbers on a country level as well as on a store level. Very simple. Now let's move to the second part, profitability. So at large, this section responds to one core question. Do our partners earn money? And to answer the question, we gather store level EBITDA and EBITDA on a country level and on a store level. We can see trends and fluctuations of the core expenses in country P&L statements. For instance, applying double click on location expenses, we can highlight only this cost and see its dynamic. And finally, now we can check each store's performance compliance to the target P&L. It means, for example, that you can choose a store and this table will compare real performance results with the target. And you'll be able to see which numbers are below or higher than the objective. It will help you to understand all weaknesses of your business or Dodo Pizza business model, for example, in different regions and different countries, and start focusing on them to improve. So IMF Finance is just a piece of cake we want to create. Now let's have a look at what we have now or piece together all parts and see the entire tentative plan. In Q4, we are planning to enlist all Eurasian countries into the IMF financial dashboard. Next, till the end of this year, we are planning to launch operational dashboards where you will find all the most useful and helpful analytics about store operations. Not only partners will be able to use this tool, but their teams as well, and this is very cool. In Q1 2022, we are planning to launch marketing and product dashboards. And after that, finally, we will start accommodating Superset straight into Dodo.is. So I think this is a great plan. And so guys, thank you for your attention. That was all news from my side for today. Stay tuned and have a great week.